Centricom Channel 10 Sports and Mid-Utah Radio, the sports leaders in South Central Utah, now present another exciting high school basketball game broadcast. This sports broadcast is brought to you by sports-minded sponsors throughout South Central Utah. And now, let's go live to the basketball court for simulcast coverage of high school basketball on Mid-Utah Radio and Centricom Channel 10.
And welcome now to the America First Events Center on the campus of Southern Utah University. Robert Lovell with you alongside Dennis Aldridge on the on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports, for the first game of the day at the Boys and Girls Basketball 2A State Tournament in Cedar City. Dennis, this game is always, these first four games on day two are always those games that are a little bit interesting. Sometimes it takes teams a little while to get going. You look at a team like Duchesne. They played one of those top teams, Draper APA, right down to the wire yesterday. So a heartbreaking loss for them. Enterprise, they lost to a very good Kanab team by 20 points, but you never know how they're going to come out, what they're going to be like this day, being devastated on one hand that they're not in the semifinals, but still have a chance to play another day. Yeah, you really don't, and especially this early in the morning. You know, it's a tough situation. And you wonder which one, because which ones maybe sights were higher. I mean, I don't even say that everybody wants to win a championship, but some come in with a little bit of reality that maybe we're not going to get there. Others, you know, go right down to the wire. The only thing tougher than this day is tomorrow's day for third and fourth with the losers in the semifinals, because those people all have those extremely high expectations. But this is tough, and generally speaking, it starts slow. Unless you've got a team that knows that they just weren't, they're just happy to be here. Yeah. And we'll see what happens there. But both of these teams, you know, good players, play hard, work hard. I expect sooner or later it will get going. Yeah, we'll see what it looks like, that's for sure, as we get ready for today's basketball game. This, by the way, is the Snow College pregame show. Did you know Snow College is ranked the safest campus in Utah? That means you can live on campus in a location mom and dad can feel good about. That's what we call a win-win. Visit snow.edu today for Snow College. As we look at these two teams, as I already mentioned, Duchesne, they went right down to the wire with a very good Draper APA team yesterday. Had chances to tie or take the lead late in the game, end up losing 67-62. But this is a Duchesne team that certainly has some talent. Yeah, they really do, and they play extremely well against that team and hung in there. It looked like it was going to get away, but then Duchesne was able to bring it right back into reality. In fact, had a chance late, to take the lead and to win that ball game, eventually losing in a close one. But this is a good Duchesne team, and they should do well. If they get going early, they should do really well. You look at Enterprise, and this is the team they lost 46-23 yesterday to Kanab to drop into the Consolation bracket. And so you look, all right, maybe Duchesne's going to have the advantage here. They played once earlier this season, though, back in December, and it was a 4-point ball game. Duchesne won 50-46 in that game. So these are two teams that seem to match up pretty well for each other to be a good game. The question, again, in my mind is, how's it going to start for these two teams? So what's the mindset coming into this game? Which one gets going first? I think you're exactly right there. And maybe it's going to be Enterprise, because Enterprise, you know, they were kind of out of that game a little earlier, and it was out of question. They knew that. Now, that doesn't mean they were happy to lose, but that reality may have set in a little bit better with them than maybe Duchesne, and it may take Duchesne a little longer. We'll see. You look at the Enterprise team, and they rely heavily on sophomores, and that also lends to being ready for the next day a little better. You know, seniors are more devastated that they can't win a state championship, generally speaking. And you look at Duchesne, they've got Jaylee Farnsworth that's a senior, Chloe Cowan that's a senior, Tisha Torgerson. So they start the three seniors and then a sophomore and junior. So that could play a factor here too as well. Good, very well. Time now for the national anthem, so we'll take a break and come back with the opening tip-off and starting lineups next here on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports. So you sent that to my email.
Bark is an app that helps families manage every aspect of their children's digital lives. Worried about your 12-year-old stumbling upon something harmful or inappropriate? With Bark, you can block sites and apps. Bark runs in the background, scanning your child's digital activities, and sends you an alert if it detects something you need to know about. While there are lots of options out there, Bark's approach to online safety is one of a kind. You've got this, and Bark's got your back.
Get Bark protection today from Centricom on unlimited family devices. Visit Centricom.com to learn more.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
My parents know nothing about gaming. I told them we needed Centricom Fiber because it's by far the fastest and most reliable internet speeds.
Hey bud, dinner's ready. Time to turn off the game box.
Alright, this round's almost over.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking's #1 investment has been dependable truck drivers like you. That's why they provide their drivers with an opportunity to earn up to $75,000 a year driving state-of-the-art equipment. Barney Trucking is now hiring drivers in Utah, San Pete, Sevier, Juab, Millard, Beaver, Iron, Carbon, and Emery counties. Barney Trucking offers a competitive wage, solid benefits, home daily schedules, and an excellent safety record. Apply today at barneyjobs.com. barneyjobs.com.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
And we're back here at the America First Event Center at Southern Utah University. Time now to jump into our starting lineups. First, the visiting team. Wearing number 11 is a senior forward, Anna Balahadia. Number 15 for the Enterprise Wolves, a sophomore forward, Bentley Rogers. Number 23, a sophomore forward, JC Barlow. Wearing number 24 is a sophomore guard, Eliza Balahadia. And wearing number 30, a junior point guard, Kyla Humphreys for the Enterprise Wolves. And they are coached by Lance Jones. And now the starters for the home Duchesne Eagles. Here is Dennis Aldrich.
And for Duchesne, they will start number 10, Kira Grant, a sophomore. Number 11, Jaylee Farnsworth, a senior. And number 22, Chloe Cowan, also a senior. And Chesney Farnsworth, number 23, a junior. And number 24, and also a senior, Tanisha Torgerson.
There's the starters for these two teams. Coach Grant for the Eagles talked about his team. I said, how are they going to come out in this day? He said, no, some teams I've wondered about that. You know, you don't know what they're going to be like. He said, this team I'm not worried about. They're here ready to play. Yeah. And so as we talk about that idea of how do they come out, he feels like his team's ready. Again, it's a younger Enterprise team. That lends to maybe being a little more ready to play as well here on day two. Tip is up, and it will be controlled by Barlow for the Enterprise Wolves as Eliza Balahadia brings it across the timeline. Works her way right wing with a pass to Humphreys. Working against a zone from Duchesne. A short corner pass to Barlow. Underneath to Rogers. Got great position. Misses the layup. Got her own rebound. Goes back up. Falls off the rim. And then Barlow rips the rebound away. And they're going to have a...
over the back.
Yeah, foul called on Barlow.
Couple of nice shots down inside. They made a good use of the short post, skinny post, and dropped it down into the low post. And had a couple of nice opportunities. Unable to get it to convert there to start the game.
Right wing is Farnsworth inside to Jaylee Farnsworth. Misses off the glass, and Barlow the rebound for the Wolves.
And all three of these shots, easy supposedly layups. And there again you wonder, okay, maybe they're not quite as crisp mentally yet.
Right.
But they are playing hard.
Left side with Balahadia. That's Eliza. Down inside they go to Barlow. Turnaround shot off the glass too hard. Rebound tipped out. Barlow runs it down for the Wolves. Hands off in the corner to Humphreys. Brings it out to Anna Balahadia. High post to Rogers. Right corner Humphreys. Sets. Three on the way. Off the rim. No good. Rebound bouncing around. And it'll be taken by Grant for the Eagles.
Getting some really nice shots. Enterprise moving the ball well. High post, low post, skinny post. And dumping it inside. Getting some really good shots so far.
Left junction for Torgerson. She spins. Drives the lane. Blocked on the shot by Barlow. Out of bounds. Duchesne ball on the baseline.
That was a good take by her. She's at the junction free throw line, looked outside, looked at the cutter coming through, and then wheeled the other way and went right past the defense, but blocked from behind.
Pass comes into Cowan. Cowan reverses into the lane, puts it up, round the rim and drops it in, and Duchesne strikes first, Chloe Cowan.
Cowan had a rough game yesterday, got in foul trouble, and just had a rough time of it yesterday, could never quite get going. So it's nice to see her start well.
Pass right side, it got disrupted by Torgerson off of Humphreys, so an Enterprise turnover as Duchesne has the basketball with the 2-0 lead. Up the floor comes Jaylee Farnsworth, left wing to Grant. Rejects the screen of Torgerson, pull up 12-footer, missed an air ball, Rogers the rebound underneath.
Crowd never misses a chance, do they? Yell the air ball chant.
Humphreys drives baseline, puts up a 10-foot runner and knocks it down, tied at 2.
Nice little shot off the wing, coming off his high screen down to the baseline. Little one-hand runner.
Right side high Grant, up top two at Jaylee Farnsworth. Left wing Chesney. Off the screen by Torgerson. 15-footer gets blocked on the shot. Humphreys has it for the Wolves. Enterprise the other way. Passes down the lane for Barlow. Makes a nice catch in traffic. Then as he tried to dribble, lost it out of bounds.
They've been able to get the ball down inside just about every trip down, Enterprise has. And Duchesne's in that zone, but they're able to get that thing down inside to the size of Enterprise.
Yeah, Rogers and Barlow definitely have a size advantage in this game for Enterprise. Jaylee Farnsworth tries to hand it off to Grant. Ball gets knocked free as it went off of her head and picked up by Enterprise. A Duchesne turnover.
Yeah, it really did.
Balahadia, hesitation dribble. 12-footer on the way, off the back of the rim and got it to go.
Got some real English there. It hit actually in the crotch of the rim and kind of died. And then what little spin was left rolled it right in the basket. So Enterprise calls a timeout.
Timeout called
Duchesne.
Yeah, by Coach Grant for Duchesne. And I would imagine they're talking about the ability for Enterprise to just keep getting it inside.
Yeah, they really can against that zone, and you're not supposed to against the zone, but they've gone short post into low post. They've gone high post to low post. They've dribbled past the outside perimeter defenders into the lane to be able to get shots off. And I guess Duchesne's Duchesne's lucky that some of those shots didn't go in, because Enterprise really is getting what they want right now.
Yes, they are. 4-2, Enterprise with the lead. Eagles basketball coming out of the timeout. You mentioned Chloe Cowan, of course her dad taking the job at Hurricane to coach football next year. Right wing Grant with it. Rejects the screen by Cowan, gets cut off on the baseline drive by Humphreys, stepped on the basketball, and down she goes, and Humphreys takes it away.
Yeah, tried to go backwards, backtrack, and step on the ball.
Humphreys with it, skips it left wing to Eliza Balahadia. Low block into Rogers, and Cowan takes it away. Ahead to Grant. Grant down the middle of the floor, drives all the way in, Euro step, puts it up, got it to go. We're tied at 4.
Yesterday it was a Chesney Farnsworth that was she did about everything for him yesterday. She's yet to get going today. But
pressure by Duchesne, Enterprise able to beat it. Left wing on Balahadia, into the short corner to Eliza. She'll drive baseline, reverse layup, no good, but free throws coming for Balahadia.
Well, as it's about to remark, they're doing it since the timeout. They're doing a much better job on the low post. They're three-quartering her, and they're sliding down from up above to cover that up so they can't. But that time she just went on the baseline, drove around, and went anyway.
Yeah. Chloe Cowan picks up her first foul. First free throw for Balahadia, nothing but net. Coach Jones for Enterprise talked about for him, he said we need to slow down Kira Grant. That's who hurt us. So Kira Grant and both Farnsworths. As Balahadia misses the second free throw, but Duchesne throws it away as Grant tried to get it down the floor to Jaylee Farnsworth. Eliza Balahadia throws it right back to Duchesne as he tried to get it inside to Barlow. Out of bounds it goes, last touch by Enterprise, so Duchesne basketball.
They're intent to take that low post away now, but yeah, the two Farnsworth girls, and then they throw the other. There's a third Farnsworth girl too, and they throw her in there at times too. Yeah, that would be fun if all you had to do his last name.
Left side high is Grant. I joked with Coach Priest yesterday for the North Summit boys. They do have 5 Richens that they could put out there all at one time. And now Chesney Farnsworth gets going as she knocks down the 8-footer from the left side.
I've had that with the girls before. Five Richens on the floor at the same time. So. Good families, good people.
High post with it as Barlow drives right side, tries this with the double team and draws the foul as she misses the shot. Free throws coming for Barlow.
Yeah, that's defensively, that's one of those unfortunate things. You're just standing there in the way. You're holding your ground. She's able to split it, and then the legs get tangled up, and you go down. The officials have to call something, and you think defensively, I was just standing there. You know,
yeah.
I didn't even hit her, but they have to call that.
Off the back of the rim, the first one by Barlow. And the game now for Duchesne comes Bailey Reese. Replacing Tanisha Torgerson, who picked up her first foul on that play. Just over halfway through this first period, and Bentley Rogers gets the offensive rebound and then gets tied up. Jump ball will give it to Duchesne. So Barlow missed them both. Duchesne basketball leading 6-5.
Again, she got good positioning and moved down inside for that rebound. And Duchesne had to cover up with the block.
Farnsworth with it. Bounces left wing to Chesney Farnsworth. Nothing on the curl. Rejects the screen. Cut off on the baseline drive. Comes out to Reese. Up top, Cowan. Goes right wing, Jaylee Farnsworth. Off the screen, hedged tightly by Balahadia, up top to Reese. Left wing, Grant. Grant curls off the screen, gets cut off on the help defense. Right wing to Cowan. Cowan going to dribble inside the lane, puts it up off the glass, no good, but free throws coming for Chloe Cowan.
Challenged that well. That's one thing she was unable to really get going yesterday was going to the hoop and challenging those girls. But you're right about Grant. They are shadowing her and taking her right out of the basketball game. They don't even want her to get her hands on the ball, and she has to work to even touch the ball.
First foul on Anna Balahadia for Enterprise. Second team foul. First free throw off the glass and back of the rim, no good. Into the game now for Duchesne. Lily Moon replaces Chesney Farnsworth. Second free throw is up, and that one is good from Cowan. 7-5, Duchesne leads. Pressure again, diamond press by the Eagles. Up ahead to Balahadia. Eliza now has it, tries to pass it to Barlow. Got tipped, and Barlow able to run it down on the sideline. Goes back to Eliza Balahadia on the T-Bird logo. Spins against the pressure of Grant. Left corner to Anna Balahadia. Underneath to Rogers. Goes inside the lane. Ball gets knocked away, and it's picked up by Jaylee Farnsworth. Throws it out ahead for Kira Grant to run it down, and Humphreys beats her to it and is able to knock it out of bounds. Last touch, though, by Grant. Enterprise basketball.
Yeah, she tried to save that and just couldn't quite bring it in. Right idea, though. A little bit too long with the pass. Couldn't quite get to it.
Humphreys brings it up. Working against the press. Now Rogers has it. Nearly lost it. Regains it. Gets it to Eliza Balahadia. Drives the lane. Bounce pass underneath for Barlow. Knocked away and taken away by Reese for Duchesne.
Oh, nicely run break. Missed the shot, but that was so well run.
Yeah, Farnsworth just missed it. Got her own rebound. Kicks it out to Grant for the deep three-pointer. Kira Grant makes it a 5-point Eagles lead.
That's, I guess, why they don't want her to touch the ball. I'm not very smart, but I can figure that one out, I think.
Now Cowan jumps the passing lane with the pressure, drives right side, high off the glass, no good, but free throws coming for Chloe Cowan.
Enterprise, since the timeout, have gotten extremely aggressive out there. I mean, Duchesne has in doing a much better job in controlling everything. Aggressive on defense and aggressive on offense.
Foul on Kyla Humphreys is her first, team's third. First free throw from Cowan, off the rim, no good.
That's similar to the first shot last time. Hard of the back iron.
Five-point Eagles lead. Cowan can extend it here, off the back of the rim, high bounce, no good. Barlow the rebound for the Wolves. 2:08 to go in the first quarter. Pass up ahead to Anna Balahadia. Threw her hands out of bounds. That's the 7th Enterprise turnover this quarter.
And that one, I don't know what's in the mind, but that one really did gain no advantage to throw that pass or attempt to, because it wasn't a lead on the fast break.
Right wing Grant. Tries to bounce it to Reese, who was coming to set a screen. Reese still able to gather it. Throws up a 14-footer off the glass. No good. Long rebound to Grant. Goes left corner to Farnsworth, pump fake, driving baseline, gets it blocked by Barlow, and out of bounds it goes. Duchesne basketball on the baseline.
Yeah, she got swatted.
Chesney Farnsworth back into the game for Kira Grant for the Eagles. They're going to go with a inbounds play as they run Moon off the screen to the left corner. Picked up by Rogers. It goes back to Jaylee Farnsworth in the corner, now up top to Chesney. Back to Jaylee, and they reset offensively. 1-4 high set for the Eagles. Left wing to Moon. Off the screen by Reese. Cuts through the lane, kicks it out to Cowan. Three on the way, off the rim, no good. And Barlow rips down the rebound for the Wolves.
Boy, Barlow commands space in there. She had that boxed off with one arm well. Pulled it down with the other arm.
One-hand pass from Eliza Balahadia off the hands of Rogers, out of bounds. 8th Enterprise turnover. That's a pretty good strength for Balahadia. That's a tough pass to make one hand across the floor.
Yeah, she's a little bit too strong, though. But both of those have been kind of high.
Left wing Moon. Off the screen, picks up her dribble, hands off up top to Cowan. 1:05 to go in the quarter. Cowan drives right, kicks to the wing to Jaylee Farnsworth, works her way to the middle, passes back up top to Reese. Left winger goes to Chesney Farnsworth. Chesney off the screen, looking for the roll, instead drives all the way in, misses off the glass. Rebound tipped out, Humphreys runs it down for the Wolves. Down the right side of the floor she goes, challenging Jaylee Farnsworth, and a block foul called. Free throws coming for Kyla Humphreys.
hard to take that straight on. She kind of got there in time, but I think influencing the officials, when the player leans back before the hit comes, yes. I think that influences the official to say, she wasn't set.
As Humphreys makes the first one.
But it's awfully courageous when you got a player coming at you full speed to take that kind of contact.
That's the first foul on Jaylee Farnsworth, third team foul, and then Humphreys knocks down the second one. She has 4 points, 3-point game, 10-7, Duchesne with the lead. Pass right wing, knocked it out of bounds by Humphreys, remains at Duchesne basketball. Kira Grant back into the game along with Tanisha Torgerson, and Reese and Jaylee Farnsworth check out. 43 seconds to go in quarter number one as they bring in Drew Palmer for the Wolves, as J.C. Barlow will check out. Pass comes into Grant. Picked up by Humphreys. Left junction it goes to Chesney Farnsworth. Spins into the lane. Nothing there. Goes right side. That was Cowan to Chesney Farnsworth. Now Torgerson has it. Right wing to Moon. Moon off the screen by Torgerson. Picks up her dribble. Nothing there. Looks for some help. Able to hand it off to Torgerson. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Works away into the key. Goes left side to Chesney. 15-footer on the way. Off the back of the rim. No good. Humphreys the rebound for the Wolves. Shot clock turned off. 15 seconds to go in the first quarter. Anna Balahadia. One dribble, steps up to the three-point line, has the pass knocked away by Grant and poked away by Humphreys from behind, and out of bounds it goes. It'll be Duchesne basketball with 4.7 seconds left in the quarter on the baseline.
That short pass across the top of that pressing zone they've tipped that 2 or 3 times now.
Grant inbounds left side to Farnsworth, makes the catch. One dribble, gets guarded tight by Balahadia, tries to throw it inside, nobody there, and that'll be how the first quarter comes to an end through 1. It is a Duchesne 10, Enterprise 7 in this consolation semifinal game on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.
The Chevy Silverado, with available Super Cruise connected by OnStar. Only Super Cruise lets you drive hands-free and tow hands-free. It'll help you get to the adventure energized, and it'll help drive you home.
Drive yours away this President's Day. Get 2.9% financing on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. Or get $5,000 total value on this Silverado High Country when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
We're back here at the America First Event Center on the campus of Southern Utah University. Let's give you a score update on this same game happening up at the Sevier Valley Center in the 3A Girls State Tournament. It is Canyon View leading Juab 17-11 in that one. As we start quarter number 2 here, Enterprise basketball. And Dennis, you look at this game and you say Enterprise had 9 turnovers in the first quarter, and yet they're down 10-7.
And there's another one, yeah. They started out, I thought started out probably the better of the 2 teams to begin with. A nice timeout by Duchesne, and since that time, Duchesne really has been in the driver's seat, and Enterprise trying to catch up a little bit. And they got up 10-4, 10-5.
10-5, yep.
And then Enterprise kind of settled down a little bit.
Now Cowan gets good position, misses the shot, but draws the foul. So for the 3rd time today, Chloe Cowan will go to the free throw line, making trips 5 and 6. Drew Palmer picks up her first foul, first team foul.
I believe she's just 1 for 4 from the line at this point, is she not?
Yes.
Yeah.
First one off the glass, off the back of the rim, no good. As I mentioned, her dad will be making the transition from 1A to 4A football. Trying to revive a Hurricane program that's had a lot of good years in the past, but it's been a while.
Yeah, we can talk a little bit that more in the future. Nice fake.
Yeah, beautiful play down to Drew Palmer, who gets the right side lay-in. First point of the game for Palmer off the bench. 1-point game, 10-9 your score. Right corner, Chesney Farnsworth. Goes off the screen, reverses, nothing there, comes up top to Cowan. Fakes the handoff, drives left side, got cut off by Balahadia, tries to bounce it inside and falls down, traveling violation.
Good defense. The defense was right there in her face and just stood there, and she was so close she couldn't do anything but fall down.
Eliza Balahadia will bring it up. Gets it to Humphreys. Humphreys down the right side of the floor. Goes all the way down, passes up ahead to Palmer again, same as last time, turnaround 6-footer, this time missed it short, and the rebound to Kira Grant for the Eagles.
Starting to get that ball back inside like they did to start the ball game.
High post to Cowan, drives left side, got cut off by Palmer, bounces to Torgerson, little low bounce, and out of bounds it goes. Back-to-back Duchesne turnovers.
Yeah, left that one low off her foot almost.
So a 1-point game. 4-0 run right now by Enterprise, and they have the basketball. Humphreys will bring it up against the diamond press, up ahead to Eliza Balahadia. Goes left side for Anna, taken away by Torgerson, tries to pass it as she was going out of bounds to Farnsworth, and Balahadia gets it back to Barlow for Enterprise. Barlow cut off on the drive by Jaylee Farnsworth, bounces it out to Humphreys. Skips it left side to Eliza Balahadia, pump fake, tries to do a bounce pass from 6 inches away, and out of bounds it goes off the foot of Duchesne.
There's some confusion. I think they're going to call it the other way. They called it off of Enterprise, and now the outside officials coming down to talk about the merits of that. I think you're right. I think it went off Duchesne, not Enterprise.
And that will be the case. So they will keep it with Enterprise. Which should reset the shot clock. So they've dropped it down to 11, which was what Coach Grant wanted. So 11 seconds in the shot clock for the Wolves. Humphreys to inbound. Lobs it out for Balahadia. Gonna drive down the lane, puts up the runner, blocked by Chesney Farnsworth, and she comes away with it. Up ahead to Kira Grant, streaking down the lane, and she'll be fouled by Kyla Humphreys. It's one of those that looked like it might be really bad, and the outside official came running in to make sure that nobody went to the ground there as Humphreys and Kira Grant got body checked each other.
Expecting a scuffle on the sideline, eh? No, but it was just a hard charging, trying to catch up to her, and she was really in a tough spot trying to get the ball up in the first place because she was so deep into the basket, but was able to get it up, but was just hard charging from behind to block it.
That shows you the speed of Kyla Humphreys, because Kira Grant's fast.
Yeah.
But Humphreys has been able to catch her a few times down the floor. Kyla Humphreys very fast for Enterprise.
I don't know what this confusion is here. The officials and the scorekeeper.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
End result of all of it, she's still at the line and she still gets 2 free throws.
Yep. So Grant steps up to the free throw line. She has 5 points to lead at the Eagles. Misses off the back of the rim.
Boy, they're missing chances from that free throw line, though.
Yes, they are. They're now a combined 1 for 7. Second one from Grant. Snuck it over the front of the rim. She has 6 points. First point of the quarter for Duchesne. They lead it by 2.
1-3-1. Again, another problem with the scorers table. It's a 1-3-1. Duchesne had gone into 3/4 court trap or half court trap. Again, another discussion on the sideline.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the issue would be here. That foul, by the way, was on Humphreys. That was her second, team's second this quarter.
There, one of the officials looks like he's on his way out. He's been injured. Yep. Is the problem.
I saw a guy go running to the locker room. I wonder if he went to go get changed.
He must have done, because this official, the one that he sprinted on that last contact under the basket to try and help out down there, he's the one that went to the sideline to begin with and talked to the official over there. And now he's stepped out and put his coat on. He limped as he went out, so he's pulled up lame. So now will they wait for the other one, or will they go with the 2-man crew until it happens?
I think Brennan Jackson for the UHSAA talking to the coaches, probably asking that very question. You want to just get going or wait till the third guy gets here?
So, yeah, Brendan talking to him has also, I think the coordinator of officials was down there too. Yeah. Now they've got, looks like a university health staffer coming over.
They are going to go with 2 officials for the time being. In the corner goes Humphreys. Up top, she skips it to Anna Balahadia. One dribble down the lane to Eliza. Looks inside for Palmer, not there. Tries to pass it back out, and Grant takes it away for Duchesne.
Got a 3-on-1 if she sees it. Oh, nice
Passes
dump
down
off.
The lane
nice.
to Farnsworth the way in.
Nice dump off there. They were behind her, but she dumped it over the defense. Pulled the defense, then dumped it down.
Balahadia's pass up ahead to Anna Balahadia. Gets tipped out of bounds by Torgerson. Remains Enterprise basketball.
Ooh, I thought that one went off Enterprise at the end there. The philosophy here with 2 officials is it's 1/3 less fouls called, right? No, just...
Left wing Humphreys. Down the lane to Palmer. Turnaround 4-footer off the back of the rim, no good. Barlow tips the rebound away from Farnsworth, but Farnsworth runs it down in the corner. Being trapped there, and she'll be tied up, jump ball. Keeps it with Duchesne.
Well, that's a 4-man trap down in that corner down there. Two on you, and the sidelines getting you the rest of the way.
4-point Duchesne lead. So after Enterprise went on a 4-0 run, it's now a 3-0 run, counter by Duchesne. Left junction is Torgerson. Curls into the lane, that comes out to Cowan. Right wing, Jaylee Farnsworth off the screen. Up top she goes to Torgerson. Backdoor cut looking for Farnsworth, and Farnsworth hadn't quite cleared the defense, and out of bounds it goes.
Just kind of got by her before she ever saw it was there. Yeah, it was a nice pass, though. Good anticipation.
Humphreys will bring it up the floor now for the Wolves. Lobs up ahead for Palmer, who had good position, and off her hands, out of bounds it goes.
If she had stayed where she was when the pass was thrown, she'd have been fine, but she stepped up the lane, which was wide open, and then it became just a little bit too big for her.
Yeah, they're helping that official down the tunnel now.
Yeah.
Just being assisted on both sides. Farnsworth drives right side, step back 10-footer, air ball, the rebound to Palmer for Enterprise.
Partially blocked there by Balahalia.
Right side high, Humphreys. Skips it out. Eliza Balahadia. Left wing to Anna Balahadia. Picks up her dribble. Goes right side high to Humphreys. Humphreys going to drive right side. Puts up the runner off the rim. No good, but free throws coming for Kyla Humphreys.
Yeah, she made that very shot a little earlier. She does a nice job, and then, I don't know, it's almost a running hook as she goes down that lane and puts it up with the one hand sideways. Does a pretty good job of that.
Second foul on Torgerson. First team foul this quarter on Duchesne. Humphreys misses the first one off the front of the rim. Into the game for Duchesne is Reese as Torgerson checks out. Bentley Rogers back in for Enterprise as Drew Palmer checks out. Now we do have the third official on the floor.
Probably got a game to work later, but it's nice of him to jump in there.
Yeah, did a quick change. Second free throw from Humphreys is good, so Humphreys has 5, and it's a 3-point game, 13-10 Duchesne. Cowan up the floor. Nobody picks her up, drives all the way in left side, and Rogers blocks it from the side. Rebound by Reese for Duchesne, knocked away by Barlow, and Enterprise has it. Eliza Balahadia drives right, pull up 8-footer, knocks it down. It's a 1-point game. Quickly back the other way, Kira Grant. Bounce into the corner to Farnsworth. Looking to drive baseline, nothing there, reverses against it. Kira Grant takes a bump across the top. Has it guarded by Humphreys. Right wing Jaylee Farnsworth. Around the perimeter, left wing now to Chesney Farnsworth. Right wing to Cowan. Guarded by Rogers. Goes off the screen by Reese into the lane. Is swatted by Barlow. That got the Enterprise bench on their feet.
Yeah. Enterprise certainly has the control inside the paint.
Humphreys, another runner right there off the rim. No good. Rebound to Cowan. Yeah, that size advantage definitely apparent.
You know, they're playing a man against Grant, and everything else seems to be a matchup zone almost. They're just kind of morphing with what comes down the lane.
Grant driving right side, and she'll draw a reach-in foul, I believe, on the help defense of Eliza Balahadia.
Yeah.
No, they gave it to Humphreys on the bump. So that's the third on Humphreys. That's a crucial one.
Yeah, it really is.
Brings AC Jones into the game for Enterprise. Presley Farnsworth into the game for Duchesne as Jaylee Farnsworth leads.
Now we got more problems at the desk. Something's broken at the desk.
Yeah, now they're pulling cords and
shot clock problem.
They try to get that squared away here. Give an update on the girls, the 3A game. 22-15, Canyon View leads Juab with under 30 seconds to go in the first half there. So about the same time as us.
This is an awful low scoring game though. Again, these early morning games, you're not quite as crisp and your scoring shows for it oftentimes.
4 low for the Eagles. They lob out to Reese. Left side high now to Cowan. Underneath on the backdoor cut to Chesney Farnsworth. Turnaround shot off the glass. No good. Rebound tipped out. And Grant has it. Bounces left side to Farnsworth. 15-footer on the way. No good off the rim. Rebound by Reese. Goes high back up. Off the rim. No good. Got her own rebound again, but tied up by Barlow, and Enterprise gets it.
Ooh. Just when I said they had control of the paint there, Duchesne ends up with what? 3 or 4 offensive boards there and opportunities to score. They come away with nothing, but much more present in the inside.
Ball gets knocked away from Ana Balahadia. Last touch by Farnsworth. It'll be Enterprise basketball. .234 to go in the first half. 1 point Duchesne lead, 13-12. Just 3 points this quarter for the Eagles. Right corner 3 from Eliza Balahadia, knocks it down. The sophomore has 8 and Enterprise has the lead.
Got the ball in the corner. The defense was reluctant to even come out there. I think sensing the big girls behind them, and she was wide open and got the easy one.
Grant drives in all the way to the glass for the easy lay-in. She makes it a 15-15 score, and she has 8. Left side high, Ana Balahadia. To the wing to Eliza. Short corner she goes to Rogers. In the lane, puts up the baby hook with the right hand. Off the glass too hard. Presley Farnsworth the rebound for the Eagles. Chance to go back in front for Duchesne. Double screen for Grant. Doesn't take either one. Goes left side high to Farnsworth. That's Presley. Pick and roll for Cowan. And throw it behind her. Out of bounds it goes. That's Duchesne's 9th turnover.
Yeah, just behind her. She couldn't get turned back around to get to that one.
15-15 score here in this first girls consolation semifinal game. Game 2 will be South Sevier and Intermountain Christian. And now Eliza Balahadia loses the basketball. Presley Farnsworth has it, drives all the way down the floor, left side, blocked by Balahadia. Then as Balahadia was standing out of bounds, she tried to tip it in.
Yeah. Blocked it and then knocked it back in. But one team should be saying you can't do that, and the other one saying you got swatted.
Chesney Farnsworth gets a breather as she checks out. Jaylee Farnsworth backdoor cut, gets in the lane, left side shot off the glass too hard, and the rebound to Bentley Rogers for Enterprise. And now a foul will be called on Chloe Cowan, being very aggressive on the defense. That'll be her second, team second.
You can't do that cheer again.
The Enterprise has a decent student section. Of course, they're not too far away, and you got Duchesne. I think it's probably just about the boys basketball team, few others.
Yeah.
In the student section there for Duchesne. Left side high on to Balahadia, into the short corner to Eliza. Quick bounce pass to Rogers, got tipped away. It's on the ground. Both teams dive for it, jump ball, and that will give it to Duchesne. It'll bring Lily Moon back in for the Eagles. Chloe Cowan will check out. Timeout called by Coach Grant. 56 seconds to go in the half. We're all tied at 15 in this consolation semifinal game for the 2A Girls State Tournament. We'll take the break on TeamHive.live and KSL Sports.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back here to the America First Event Center at Southern Utah University. We're all tied at 15. 55 seconds to go in the half. Duchesne with the basketball. Left wing, Kira Grant. Off the screen by Reese. Dribbles to the free throw line. Hands off out to Presley Farnsworth. Pump fake on the shot. Goes back to Grant. Has an open three. Knocks it down. Kira Grant gives the lead back to Duchesne.
She's only gotten open a couple of times, but she's made him pay both times.
She has a game-high 11. 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. AC Jones with it for Enterprise. Comes out to Anna Balahadia. Down the lane to Rogers. One dribble. Faces up. Gives it up to Barlow. Barlow right side. Puts it up in traffic. Blocked and a foul called. And Barlow will go to the line to shoot 2 for the Wolves. Now goes on Presley Farnsworth. Her first. Team's third with 20 seconds to go in the quarter. First free throw is up and good.
Well done.
First point of the game for Barlow. Chesney Farnsworth will check back into the game for Presley Farnsworth. Second one off the glass, didn't draw iron, so it'll be Duchesne basketball on the baseline. Length of the floor to go. Jaylee Farnsworth brings it up. 15 seconds to go in the half. Hands it off to Grant. Grant curls off a screen, gets cut off, passes it out to Moon. Moon drives the lane, puts it up in traffic, off the back of the rim, no good. Barlow, the rebound for Enterprise, has 5 seconds, and she draws the foul instead.
The official started to raise his hand 2 different times, anticipating calls.
Balahadia will bring it up. 2 seconds to go, gets across the timeline, throws it up, a deep three at the horn, no good. And at the end of 2, it is Duchesne 18, Enterprise 16 in this 2A girls consolation semifinal game. We've got your Jones and DeMille Engineering halftime show coming up next on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.
Are you or a loved one experiencing a mental health crisis? Let us help. Aspen Grove Behavioral Hospital offers no-cost mental health assessments, open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You have a choice in your mental health care. Insist on Aspen Grove Behavioral Hospital for instant care. Call us today to speak with one of our highly trained mental health professionals. Call 801-852-2273, or for more information, visit aspengrovehospital.com.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
For more than 3 decades, the Intermountain Power Project has served as a model of regional energy cooperation, generating and transmitting coal-fueled electricity to a diverse group of municipal utilities and rural electric cooperatives with operations across 6 U.S. states. Now Intermountain Power is expanding its role as a regional energy hub, including utilizing renewable energy resources. Intermountain Power is proud to support and invest in our central Utah communities. Visit IPAUtah.com to learn more about IPP Renewed.
Dependable truck drivers like you have been Barney Trucking's #1 investment since 1947. That's why they provide their drivers with state-of-the-art equipment, ongoing training, and reliable, courteous support. Barney Trucking is now hiring Class A CDL drivers with doubles endorsement to help address our exceptional growth throughout Utah. Barney Trucking offers a competitive wage, solid benefits, home daily schedules, and an excellent safety record. Apply today at barneyjobs.com. barneyjobs.com.
Zions Bank proudly supports our local communities and schools. We've been providing families and businesses with banking tools and stellar service for nearly 150 years. For helping you achieve your financial goals, Zions Bank is for you.
The living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard, break time at the office, or while on the go. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Call or visit Centricom.com to learn more.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
We're back here at the America First Event Center on the campus of Southern Utah University. Robert Lovell with you alongside Dennis Aldridge on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports here at the 2A Girls Basketball State Tournament in the Consolation semifinals. At the break, it is Duchesne 18, Enterprise 16 here at Cedar City, the old Central, now the America First Event Center. And Dennis, your takeaway from this first half for these two teams?
Well, I think you summed it up when you described starting out what could happen in this basketball game. And as far as emotions and intensity and things like that. Now, there's been spurts, I thought, when it looked like both teams were coming out of it, particularly Duchesne in that first quarter as they came from a deficit and sprinted ahead and got a 5 or 6 point lead. And then they kind of subsided a little bit of some change. And there's coaching changes going on, don't get me wrong. But then, Enterprise has a spurt and then they slow down. And a lot of that's the coaching, calling timeouts, changing some things. But I think both teams are trying to get that emotion going, but they're just not as crisp on their shooting as they may have been in other games overall. But, they're playing hard, they're working hard. And, here it is, 18-16, so, couldn't ask for a better game as far as closeness. And we'll see what the half brings out. Some adjustments will be made there. But, that's why you've only got 16 and 18 points scored is that I think that crispness, emotional crispness just isn't there. And they're trying, and they're working hard.
And the emotional, mental crispness that you're talking about leads to lack of physical crisp play as well. And that's where you've got 14 turnovers for Enterprise in the first half, 9 for Duchesne. And so there's been more turnovers than you would normally see. And so we'll see what the halftime, who's got the best halftime speech.
That's almost as many turnovers as there are points, and
right.
I guess that's what we're both trying to say. The stats indicate what we're trying to elaborate here, but yeah, you're right.
So at the half, it is again 18-16. Let's look at those first half individual stats. First off for Duchesne, Kira Grant, 11 first half points. 4 points from Chesney Farnsworth and 3 for Chloe Cowan for the Eagles. As a team, they are 2 for 8 from the free throw line in this first half. For Enterprise, they're led by Eliza Balahadia, 8 points, 5 points from Kyla Humphreys. Now, she is in some foul trouble. She left the game with 3 fouls, and that certainly impacted how Enterprise did things as well. And then 2 points off the bench for Drew Palmer and 1 for J.C. Barlow for Enterprise. They are 5 for 10 from the free throw line in this first half. There have been 4 lead changes and 3 ties. Duchesne's largest lead was 5. Enterprise largest lead was 2 points in this first half. So there's a look at those first half stats. Been treated to the Duchesne Talons, and now I believe the Enterprise Wolverines doing their drill team routine here at the America First Event Center, entertaining the crowd here. And that's when you talk about that piece of it too. You come yesterday morning, those first boys quarterfinal games, you have a good crowd, right? Everybody's still in it at that point. And now you come to day 2, the crowd lessens on these consolation games. It'll fill up later in those semifinal games for sure. But it definitely changes the way the arena feels too when there's not as many people in here too.
Yeah, it certainly does, especially as far away as Duchesne is. I'm sure if they were still in it, you'd have a lot more people here anticipating today and tomorrow.
Yeah.
But as it is, not as many here. Enterprise is the one that surprised me. I thought the whole school would be here, not necessarily for a chance for a championship, but to get out of school all day.
That's right.
Because the boys play later, they get out all day long.
Yeah, so the Enterprise does what South Severe did yesterday. First game of the day, last game of the day. Enterprise goes first game of the day, last game of the day.
Yeah, but it's a whole day out of school. Hey.
Whole day, why not? Again, 18-16 your halftime score. This is the Jones and DeMille Engineering halftime show. Champions are propelled by dedication, teamwork, commitment, vision, and a desire to be their best. Jones and DeMille Engineering, your local award-winning engineering firm. Looking in the third quarter for the Juab Canyon View game. Canyon View has extended their lead to 27-18 over Juab. Juab the higher seed there. It's the 6-7 matchup, so pretty close. But Canyon View right now with the 9-point lead in the third quarter of that Consolation semifinal game. Here it's Duchesne leading 18-16 over Enterprise. We'll take the break and come back and get you ready for the second half next from the America First Event Center on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Hi, I'm Dustin Shakespeare, the Central Region Pathways Coordinator. Do you know what pathways are offered at your high school that connect with Snow College? Students enrolled in career technical education courses can develop valuable real-world technical skills and a strong academic foundation. Over 630 students completed CTE pathways last year in the Central Utah region. Our 35 pathways empower students to explore career options, pursue what they are passionate about, and earn valuable industry certifications. To learn more about these career pathways, talk to your CTE teachers and school counselors today.
Bark is an app that helps families manage every aspect of their children's digital lives. Worried about your 12-year-old stumbling upon something harmful or inappropriate? With Bark, you can block sites and apps. Bark runs in the background, scanning your child's digital activities, and sends you an alert if it detects something you need to know about. While there are lots of options out there, Bark's approach to online safety is one of a kind. You've got this, and Bark's got your back.
Get Bark protection today from Centricom on unlimited family devices. Visit Centricom.com to learn more.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
My parents know nothing about gaming. I told them we needed Centricom Fiber because it's by far the fastest and most reliable internet speeds.
Hey bud, dinner's ready. Time to turn off the game box.
Alright, this round's almost over.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
We're back here at the America First Event Center on the campus of Southern Utah University as we wrap up the Jones and DeMille Engineering Halftime Show, supporting local programs and academic and athletic achievements, building relationships, and working passionately is a winning combination with Jones and DeMille Engineering. 18-16 your halftime score. Duchesne leads Enterprise. And Dennis, if you look at this game, any keys you see for these teams going into the second half?
Well, I think defensively for Duchesne, they still got to work on keeping the ball out of that inside that they did so much better late in the first quarter into the second quarter. They've got to keep that out of there because of the size of difference. And on offense, I think Duchesne's got to move the ball quicker. They're moving it well on the outside, but not quick enough to get their outside shooters a chance. Because when they go down inside, Barlow and the others, they've got complete control down inside there. It's really hard for them unless they get the occasional drive with the low post high and go past her to the basket. But they've had their chances. They just haven't converted. For Enterprise, just the opposite. They've got to work at getting that ball back down inside, whether it's the high-low or the short post to the low post. They've got to work to get that ball inside to her. And then help on the backside on the rebound for the shots that are being contested and missed. That backside has been open when they got to get somebody down in there for that. So the 1-3-1 half-court, three-quarter court trap for Duchesne really made a difference too, I thought, against Enterprise.
It'll be Enterprise basketball to start half number 2. Trailing 18-16 to Duchesne in this first girls consolation semifinal game here in Cedar City. Eliza Balahadia with it. Starters on the floor for Enterprise. That's the two Balahadia sisters, Humphreys, Barlow, and Rogers. And a traveling violation called on Anna Balahadia, 15th Enterprise turnover.
And that was an indicative of what we were talking about. She was trying to go to Barlow, but the help side defense came around at the last minute, and she double clutched the pass down inside and ended up with the travel call. That's Enterprise, Duchesne making that happen.
Grant drives in, got cut off in the lane. Starters out there as well for Duchesne as Chesney Farnsworth dribbles to the baseline. Out to the wing to Torgerson, up top Grant. So you've got Grant, Chesney Farnsworth, Jaylee Farnsworth, Torgerson, and Cowan on the floor. Shot off the rim, off the glass, no good. Put back by Torgerson, no good. And Barlow the rebound for Enterprise. Balahadia brings it up. Chance for Enterprise to tie or take the lead. Right side high to Anna Balahadia. Into the corner it goes to Humphreys. Lobs into Barlow. Barlow working on Torgerson. Got deep in the gutter. Throws it off the leg of Rogers. Picked up by Duchesne.
That time they had both posts in a double screen low, and so once Barlow got it and fell off balance, she really had nowhere to go with it. Tried to bounce it off the other player out of bounds, but ended up in Duchesne's hands.
Up top with the Torgerson. Hands off on the wing to Grant. Off the screen, 17-footer on the way, off the glass, didn't draw iron. The putback on the right side by Chesney Farnsworth.
Farnsworth with some hustle inside on the backside rebound.
4-point Duchesne lead. Eliza Balahadia gets it across, working against the 1-3-1, skips underneath for Barlow, makes the catch in traffic, goes across to Rogers with a foul called first.
And that'll pay dividends. She was unable to get herself turned to make the shot as they flock to her when she gets the ball down low. But just the presence in there and working causes the fouls to happen.
Foul called on Tanisha Torgerson. That's her third. So Bailey Reese comes into the game for the Eagles, leading by 4. Left side, Barlow off the curl screen, high off the glass, missed it. And the rebound by Jaylee Farnsworth up ahead to Chesney, driving left side. Lost it, and Anna Balahadia able to tiptoe the baseline, comes up with the basketball, and draws the foul on Kira Grant.
Think it'll be Grant, or will it be?
Yeah, you're right, they gave it to Cowan.
Grant was coming from behind, but her presence caused her to run right into Grant, so it was from Cowan behind.
So Cowan picks up her third. Eliza Balahadia backdoors Kira Grant, lobs up ahead to Rogers across the key for Barlow. Got tipped by Cowan, but Barlow gets it out to Humphreys for 3, short off the rim. Long rebound, Humphreys has it, driving baseline, kicks it out left side junction to Balahadia. 15-footer Anna Balahadia with her first points.
Still getting the ball inside.
Now Grant with it right side, 2-point lead for Duchesne. Picks up her dribble, goes to the junction to Reese. Out to Cowan. Left corner, Chesney Farnsworth. Off the screen, curls into the key, splits to the defenders, misses it off the glass, and the rebound by Rogers for Enterprise. Eliza Balahadia their way, going to drive all the way in, got the ball caught on her back, and draws a foul on the play. Duchesne pleading for the push-off, the offensive foul. He had 3 girls all showing the official.
Yeah. And the other thing with that, too, is that actually the defense from Cowan from the side, she had actually pinned the ball against her hip and was in jeopardy of a travel there before the contact took place, too.
The foul goes on Kira Grant. That one now is her first. Humphreys inbound. Lily Moon into the game for Cowan, who picked up her third foul a little bit ago. Bounce it into Barlow. Reverse layup, no good. Rebound tipped out to Rogers. Rogers up top to Anna Balahadia. Looking to drive left, bounces it into Barlow. Working on Reese. Turnaround 12-footer off the back of the rim, no good. And the rebound to Jaylee Farnsworth for Duchesne.
That was still good defense. Even though they got the ball in there, they forced her up the lane far enough. When she turned, she was a little bit farther away from the basket than she was comfortable with, and the shot went awry.
Left corner, Chesney Farnsworth dribbles to the left junction. Goes right side out of Grant. Pump fake on the shot. Dribbles into the right hand. Got cut off and kicks it out to Jaylee. Back to Grant. Up top Reese. Swinging around to Chesney.
You notice the defense they're playing really Duchesne.
12-footer by Farnsworth, no good.
Duchesne needs to find someone that Barlow has to honor. She's sagging in the middle. She's not even attempting to guard her person out front. And that just bogs up the middle so Duchesne can't get anything inside.
Enterprise a turnover as they try to get it down the lane. Back the other way comes Duchesne. Left wing with it, Farnsworth. That's Chesney. Guarded by Rogers. Off the screen by Reese. Up top, Moon. Right side high, Jaylee. To Grant in the corner. Drives baseline. It's underneath. Drift pass out to Chesney Farnsworth. Pump fake. Dribbles the lane. Puts it up in traffic. Blocked by Barlow. And Farnsworth gets it back. Drives right side between the defenders. Count the basket and the foul. Chesney Farnsworth.
And that's great work by Chesney Farnsworth. But again, it illustrates my point, is that you beat your defender, you go to the middle, and there's Barlow standing there because she sagged back in the middle because she's not respecting the player that she's defending. If they had some kind of a lineup that would force Barlow to come out and defend somebody, the way Duchesne drives, they could have a heyday down inside, but Barlow's just too tough in there.
Palmer into the game for Barlow as Farnsworth gets the and one. And it's a 5-point Duchesne lead. Up 5 points in this quarter by Chesney Farnsworth. 23-18. Up ahead left side, Bentley Rogers pull up 15-footer off the glass, didn't draw iron. Backside rebound by Chesney Farnsworth. She'll bring it the other way, goes across to Grant. Grant jump stop, now dribbles in, kicks it back out to Chesney. High post to Moon. Moon left side, short corner to Jaylee. High post to Chesney. Pump fake. One dribble left hand. Puts up the 8-foot runner. Snuck it over the front of the rim. She has 11.
Barlow's not in the game now. They took her out to give her a rest, and she's frustrated, and they had to take her out. They're talking to her on the side. But there's the difference. When she's not in the ball game, you can attack the middle.
Largest lead is now 7 for the Eagles. Left side high, Humphreys gets it to Rogers, and a foul called on Lily Moon, who came into her with the body.
If your theory is correct, then that means that the better halftime talk was by Duchesne.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's probably not correct, but
I said if your theory is correct.
1-4 low for the Wolves. Lob it into Rogers. Power dribble off the glass, no good, but free throws coming for Rogers.
You know, Rogers and Barlow is a great 1-2 inside for Enterprise, but when one's gone, the other one struggles, and right now you got Barlow sitting down, and Rogers is trying to feel that whole pressure.
First free throw from Rogers, bounced it around the rim and dropped it in. Her first point. All 5 starters have now scored for Enterprise. That foul, by the way, was on Chesney Farnsworth, her first, team's 5th. So Enterprise will shoot free throws the rest of this quarter with 3:22 to go. Second free throw, no good. Up the floor come the Eagles with Kira Grant. Drives middle, kicks it inside, now out to Moon. Up top, Jaylee Farnsworth. And a wipe off her 3 as Coach Grant leans his head back because he called the timeout right before it.
How often does that happen?
So timeout called with 3:14 to go in the third quarter. Duchesne 25, Enterprise 19 in this girls' consolation semifinal on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking's #1 investment has been dependable truck drivers like you. That's why they provide their drivers with an opportunity to earn up to $75,000 a year driving state-of-the-art equipment. Barney Trucking is now hiring drivers in Utah, Sanpete, Sevier, Juab, Millard, Beaver, Iron, Carbon, and Emery counties. Barney Trucking offers a competitive wage, solid benefits, home daily schedules, and an excellent safety record. Apply today at barneyjobs.com. barneyjobs.com.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
For the St. George area.
Welcome back to Southern Utah University. Robert Lovell with you alongside Dennis Aldridge here on TeamHive.live and KSL Sports. 3:14 to go in the quarter. 6-point Duchesne lead. What has Duchesne done to extend this lead out, Dennis?
Well, they're frustrating the heck out of Barlow inside. I know that. They've been able to get the ball in there, but they're not getting much out of it. But her on defense, they've kept attacking her. Now they've got her out of the ball game. But Duchesne is just working hard in all facets of the game. And
traveling violation on Duchesne.
Defensively, they've gone to that 1-3-1 trap, and it's kind of messed up Enterprise's offense because they're taking the ball out of Balahadia's hands way out in the backcourt with that defense. Now they pulled out of it here. But I think that was stymieing the offense also. And then they'd lob the ball inside to Barlow, and they just ganged her. They just 3 or 4 came right at her.
Right wing it goes to Eliza Balahadia. Tries to pass inside to Palmer, and reaching around is Lily Moon getting the steal. Up the floor to Grant. Grant drives all the way down the middle. Nobody cuts her off, and has the easy finish off the front of the rim and off the glass in the rim.
If you're going to go inside, go there before the big girls arrive. And that's exactly what she did. They're just a little more aggressive offensively and defensively, Duchesne is right now.
It's now an 8-point Duchesne lead. Into the corner, Eliza Balahadia underneath for Rogers, who got tripped up by Moon and had looked down, so didn't know the pass was coming. As a result, she tips it out of bounds.
She had to step right over the defender on the ground and, had a hard time getting her hands up.
So that's 5 turnovers this quarter for Enterprise, 19 in the game. Jaylee Farnsworth picked up by Humphreys. Ooh. And Eliza Balahadia comes in and kicks it away. Coach Grant wanted a foul call.
Well, you know, the call's never perfect, right? He says, Coach, maybe I missed it, maybe I didn't. Sit down and be quiet. It's okay. Don't embarrass me when the cameras are on. They're doing a good job out here. The 3 officials seems to have helped a lot of things.
In the corner, Chesney Farnsworth rises over the defense, in and out on the 17-footer. Rogers the rebound for Enterprise. She was feeling it.
Yeah, she was a leading scorer yesterday in her ball game. Those little 10-foot jump shots and layups.
Now Eliza Balahadia goes left to right underneath the basket, misses the layup high off the glass. Jump ball on the rebound, gives it to the Eagles.
But even that, Balahadia, you know, she made the entry, but then at the last minute it looked like she went from a left-handed layup on the near side to try to go up and under with a right-hand reverse layup. Again, the defense coming at her quick and forcing her to change the angle. Now they got Barlow back in. We'll see what happens here.
Yeah, she checks in for Rogers. Up top is Jaylee Farnsworth. Out to Moon, to the wing to Grant. Under 2 to go in the third quarter. Grant drives left, splits to the double team, puts it up off the glass and got it to go. Kira Grant with 15.
Barlow didn't dare challenge that for some reason. She stayed back a little bit. But they've got somebody in now that she came out on Moon, who was it Moon or somebody. She had to come clear out and defend her on the outside, which opened up that middle.
Right wing Eliza Balahadia skips it to Humphreys in the short corner. 10-footer on the way, missed it short. Rebound tipped up, and it's taken by Jaylee Farnsworth for Duchesne. Down the floor she comes to the right wing to Grant. Left wide open, doesn't take the three, drives in, got cut off, kicks it back out to Jaylee. Up top to Moon, she'll take the straightaway three. Off the rim, no good. Rebound to Chesney Farnsworth, goes back up, bounces around and drops it in. Chesney Farnsworth, a 13-9 in this quarter.
And Moon with the threat of the three-pointer. Barlow was clear out at the three-point line. That's how allowed Duchesne to get that rebound and the putback, because she was not in there to clog that up. That's a good move coaching-wise.
Up top with it is Humphreys. Spins, dribbled it off her foot, out of bounds.
Good defensive pressure by Chesley.
31-19 your score, 12-point Duchesne lead. Coach Grant calls out the offensive set. Jaylee Farnsworth yo-yos up top.
Oh, that's
and a carry. Yep. Hesitation dribble was a little more hesitation than dribble.
Yeah, she took about 3 steps while she was deciding to turn that thing over. So a nice reset. Coach, the kids yell, "You can't do that." I think she's aware of that now. They don't have to tell her.
Shot clock turned off here in the third quarter. 30 seconds to go. 31-19 Duchesne. Eliza Balahadia. Picked up by Grant. Picks up her dribble, comes right wing to Anna Balahadia. Fake right, dribbles left, tries to pass at the high post, taken away by Duchesne. Grant the other way with numbers, drives left side, puts it up against the defense, off the glass too hard. And Jaylee Farnsworth rips the rebound away, and as she tries to go up, draws the foul. Free throws coming.
Was that Grant that just ripped that out of the hands of the offensive player? At the other end, goes coast to coast. She's playing much better. She didn't have a particularly great game yesterday, but boy, she's playing well today.
First free throw, good. Jaylee Farnsworth's first point of the game. Bentley Rogers into the game for Anna Balahadia. Balahadia, who picked up the foul for Enterprise.
That's the combination that's worked better defensively, having both of the big girls on the floor at the same time.
Second free throw, in and out, rebound tipped out by Duchesne, or by Enterprise, excuse me, Duchesne basketball.
Moat girl's been integral to him during the year, but she played limited yesterday, and now first entry here that seems to be really hobbled with one ankle. Apparently still nursing an injury.
And she checks in. She has it in the right corner, sets for three. Off the rim, no good. Backside rebound. Farnsworth tips it away, but it's picked up by Humphreys for Enterprise, and she'll draw the foul on Kira Grant. That'll be her second, and it will send Humphreys to the line with 1 second in the quarter to shoot two.
Ill-advised foul there with only a second left, and you're in the three-quarter court away while you try and take the charge there.
Humphreys in the game is 3 for 4 from the charity stripe. First free throw here. Got the bounce at the front of the rim. 6 points for Humphreys. Misses that one short. Rebound to Jaylee Farnsworth, and that'll be how the third quarter comes to an end.
Does she play softball?
Yeah, probably. Wow. They're really good too. So through 3 quarters of play, Duchesne 32, Enterprise 20 at the 2A Girls Consolation semifinal game on Team5.Live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.
The Chevy Silverado. With available Super Cruise connected by OnStar. Only Super Cruise lets you drive hands-free and tow hands-free. It'll help you get to the adventure energized, and it'll help drive you home.
Drive yours away this President's Day. Get 2.9% financing on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. Or get $5,000 total value on this Silverado High Country when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
We're back here at the America First Event Center. Just talking during the break. You've got two basketball teams here playing in the consolation bracket of the state tournament, and Enterprise comes in ranked number 1 in softball to start the season. Duchesne right behind him at number 2, and now there's a nice play for Enterprise with Barlow down the lane for the lay-in.
That's the offense they started the game with. They've kind of been pushed away from it, but there again, the short post, skinny post, and then right into the low post to Barlow, and an easy basket.
That's her first field goal of the game for Barlow.
She's been ganged up on when she gets the ball inside.
Chesney Farnsworth drives, blocked by Barlow. Coming away with it is Torgerson, out to Grant, 3 on the way, knocks it down. Kira Grant with 18.
That'll make you pay. Great defense inside, kick it out. 3 in your face.
35-22. Winner moves on to play at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning in the 5th and 6th place game. Skipped it to the left junction to Rogers. Back to the corner to Eliza Balahadia, driving baseline, takes a bump, tries to pass it out. Ball gets taken away by Jaylee Farnsworth, up ahead to Chesney. Chesney drives right side, Humphreys flies past, puts it up off the rim, no good. Barlow the rebound for Enterprise.
Barlow hustling back, gets the rebound.
Up ahead it comes to Drew Palmer. Gets cut off on the low block, and foul will be called. If it's on Cowan, that'll be her 4th. And it is.
The delay in the officiating, the girls, they act like, what did I do? I had all ball. And she probably did at the time the whistle was blown, but before that is when the contact and the grab was taking place. It's just the delay in the call, and then you think, well, I had all ball.
Lily Moon back into the game for Cowan. They lob into Barlow, working on Torgerson. Little baby hook from 6 feet, falls off the rim, and the rebound to Jaylee Farnsworth. Baseball pass up ahead, thrown low, and it's taken away by Enterprise. Barlow drives the lane, puts up the 14-foot runner off the glass, no good. Jaylee Farnsworth the rebound again.
And there again, part of the problem for Barlow, you said when she gets it low, she gets ganged up on, and they're forcing her away from the basket to take longer shots than she's used to taking.
Chesney Farnsworth misses the 15-footer on the baseline. Barlow the rebound for the Wolves. Up ahead they come to Rogers. Into the corner to Eliza Balahadia. She sets for 3. High arch off the backside of the glass. No good. Rebound to Jaylee Farnsworth. Lobs up ahead for Moon. Numbers for Duchesne. Bounces across for Farnsworth. Puts it up off the glass and in. Chesney Farnsworth with 15.
When Moon went to make that pass in the low post, I thought, no, you're too late there. But she made the perfect pass for the layup. Yeah, well done. Fast break.
Balahadia goes right wing to Humphreys. Dribbles in. Nothing there. Short corner to Barlow. And lost it, but goes off the leg of Torgerson out of bounds. Enterprise ball. Anna Balahadia back into the game. She'll come in for Barlow. So a smaller lineup here for the Wolves.
Well, that may stimulate a little offense, maybe, but the defense a little weaker with that. She's extremely frustrated, Barlow is. She's just...
Rogers with a nice finish on the low block from the right side. She has 3 points.
She goes to the bench, Barlow does, and she just puts her heads in her hands. She's extremely frustrated. Feel bad for her.
Left wing is Jaylee Farnsworth. Dribbles around the defense, comes back out to the wing to Torgerson. Through her legs. Able to gather it, bounces up top to Moon. Pass right side, gets through and past to Balahadia. Farnsworth jumps into a 12-footer and knocks it down. She has 17 now for the Eagles. 39-24, 15-point lead.
Farnsworth? Jaylee Farnsworth, right?
Chesney Farnsworth.
That's what I said, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Rogers with the baby hook inside will draw the foul. She'll go to the line to shoot 2.
I thought you were calling Grant. Sorry about that.
First free throw from Rogers. That foul is on Lily Moon, by the way, her 3rd foul.
Both teams have shot poorly from the line and have left a lot of points out there. You've got the stats. You can confirm or deny that.
Duchesne is now 4 for 11. Second free throw is good from Rogers. Timeout called by Coach Jones. We'll take it. 4:52 to go in the game. It's Duchesne 39, Enterprise 25 on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
Are you or a loved one experiencing a mental health crisis? Let us help. Aspen Grove Behavioral Hospital offers no-cost mental health assessments, open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You have a choice in your mental health care. Insist on Aspen Grove Behavioral Hospital for instant care. Call us today to speak with one of our highly trained mental health professionals. Call 801-852-2273, or for more information, visit aspengrovehospital.com.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
We're back here at Southern Utah University. Enterprise able to get a quick steal, but Balahadia was deep under the basket, couldn't make the layup, and it'll be Duchesne basketball and a foul called on Enterprise. That's the fourth on Kyla Humphreys.
They started out in a 2-2-1, but they've actually morphed up to almost a man-to-man now.
Pass comes into Jaylee Farnsworth, and she traveled.
Yeah, well.
So forcing back-to-back turnovers.
She caught the touchdown pass, was headed for the end zone there, but yeah. We'll see if they don't get this taken care of, because that's 2 times in a row they've struggled to get the ball inbound and have not even got close to midcourt with it.
Humphreys to inbound. Looking in the lane, it's not there. Now she throws it out for Balahadia. High post for Rogers, threw a little bit to her side, but Rogers makes the catch, then stripped on the drive by Grant. Grant lobs up ahead for Chesney Farnsworth and can't quite make the catch. She saves it, but into Humphreys, so another turnover by Duchesne. Up ahead for Palmer, and off of her hand, out of bounds.
Yeah, right back at him out of bounds. Passes just a little bit too hard.
Timeout called by Coach Grant as Lily Moon checks back in for Duchesne. 4:29 to go in the game, 39-25. Duchesne with the lead over Enterprise on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
For more than 3 decades, the Intermountain Power Project has served as a model of regional energy cooperation, generating and transmitting coal-fueled electricity to a diverse group of municipal utilities and rural electric cooperatives with operations across 6 U.S. states. Now Intermountain Power is expanding its role as a regional energy hub, including utilizing renewable energy resources. Intermountain Power is proud to support and invest in our central Utah communities. Visit ipautah.com to learn more about IPP Renewed.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back to the America First Event Center on the campus of Southern Utah University. Robert Lovell with you alongside Dennis Aldridge. First game of the day here at the Boys and Girls 2A Basketball State Tournament. Got 7 more to follow. And this first one, it was tight for the first half. Duchesne owned the third quarter to open up at one time a 15-point lead. They now lead by 14 with the basketball. 4.5 to go in the game, and they are able to break the press. Timeout called by Coach Grant to work that press breaker.
Exactly, the timeout, he knew what to do, and they immediately get it across half court. Part of that's just give it to Grant. But.
And now Anna Balahadia ties up Chesney Farnsworth, forcing a jump ball. It will stay with Duchesne. In the game now for Enterprise, J.C. Barlow for Drew Palmer. In the girls 3A game, it's now a 12-point Canyon View lead over Juab with under a minute to go in that one up in Richfield. Up top, Jaylee Farnsworth. Bounces right side high to Torgerson. Gonna drive right, blocked from behind by Barlow. Out of bounds it goes, Duchesne basketball.
They forced Barlow to come out on Torgerson. And when she put the ball on the floor to go to the hoop, she followed her and swats it. She's such a force defensively in there.
Inbounding is Grant, lobs it out for Farnsworth. That's Chesney, right wing Grant, into the corner to Jaylee Farnsworth. 6 seconds on the shot clock, hands to Grant. Grant drives baseline, gets underneath, bounces it out to Moon. Long two, in and out, off the glass, and drops in at the horn. Lily Moon's first points, first bench points of the game for Duchesne.
Wow.
Up ahead come the Wolves, short corner at Rogers, down the lane to Barlow. Tries to drive, gets stripped by Grant, tied up, jump ball. Will keep it with Enterprise.
More of that frustration. She finally has to come up the court, up the key, gets the ball, tries to put it on the ground, and they just swarm her and swat it away from her.
3 low, 1 high for the Wolves. Inbounding is Humphreys. Lobs it out for Rogers. Rogers drives through, foul called, and it will be on Duchesne.
Wow.
She just lowered the shoulder and went towards the basket. Draws the foul on Lily Moon, her fourth. When they called her name, she immediately threw her arms in the air. Wasn't happy about that call. Balahadia pump fake, defense flies by, misses the shot as she stepped to her left. Rebound by Rogers. Out to Anna Balahadia. Dribbles in, puts up the runner, blocked, and a foul called. And Anna Balahadia will go to the free throw line.
Enterprise doing it. They're working hard. Again, they're not getting much out of their opportunities, but they're not quitting. They're coming right at Duchesne with everything they can possibly do.
First free throw for Balahadia is good. She has 3 points. Down to 3:27 to go in the game. 15-point Duchesne lead. Second one's in and out, rebound, bouncing around, and Grant has it. Might have got away with the double dribble there as she used the dribble to get the rebound. And now she draws the foul on the other end.
Sometimes you need 5 officials to get every angle.
And the foul will go on Bentley Rogers.
Cowan back in the game.
Grant will inbound on the near sideline. Lobs it in to Torgerson. Backdoor to Farnsworth, has the open look from 6 feet, off the rim, bounced around, dropped it in at 19 now for Chesney Farnsworth.
I thought they'd missed her. She got that backdoor cut and was wide open. They missed her the first time, finally got it to her. But
Balahadia drives left side, pull up 10-footer on the baseline, missed it short, rebound by Barlow. Barlow dribbles around, puts the baby hook with the right hand, missed it short, rebound down the lane, it's on the ground, and a struggle for it. Humphreys comes up with it and knocks down the 6-footer. 8 points for Kyla Humphreys. Timeout called again. 2:51 to go in the game. 43-28. Duchesne leads Enterprise on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.
Dependable truck drivers like you have been Barney Trucking's #1 investment since 1947. That's why they provide their drivers with state-of-the-art equipment, ongoing training, and reliable, courteous support. Barney Trucking is now hiring Class A CDL drivers with Double's endorsement to help address our exceptional growth throughout Utah. Barney Trucking offers a competitive wage, solid benefits, home daily schedules, and an excellent safety record. Apply today at barneyjobs.com. barneyjobs.com.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
2:51 to go, coming out of the timeout. 43-28 your score. Duchesne leading by 15. Chloe Cowan with it in the backcourt, working against the press of Bentley Rogers, able to get it across the timeline with the dribble. Now with it is Chesney Farnsworth. Off the screen by Torgerson, and now reaching foul called on Anna Balahadia. That'll be her third, team's third.
It's about to that point, as Duchesne hasn't shot well from the line. It's about to the point where it's a foul fest to try and get back into this for Enterprise.
Bounce it in right wing to Torgerson. Hands it off to Grant, got wide open for the right side lay-in, and she has 20.
The two Enterprise defenders ran into each other off that pick and allowed her to go right into the basket wide open.
Kira Grant, Chesney Farnsworth have all but 6 of Duchesne's points, and now J.C. Barlow will draw the foul on Kira Grant. Free throws coming for Barlow.
Yeah, reached and grabbed her arm from behind to keep her from making that shot.
That's her third, team's 5th this quarter with 2:21 to go and a 17-point Duchesne lead. First free throw, high arch, off the back of the rim, no good. Got a final in Richfield, 47-38 is the final. Canyon View with the win over, or 49-38, Canyon View with the win over Juab. So Juab has their season come to an end, and Canyon View moves on to tomorrow for the consolation title. Second free throw, no good. Eliza Balahadia down the lane with the rebound and draws the foul as she goes back up. She came in from the three-point line. Yeah. Great box outs by Duchesne. Just none of them went to get the basketball, so Balahadia was able to just slice right through and grab the rebound. And Tanisha Torgerson fouls out of the game for Duchesne. Balahadia had a great first half, 8 points for Enterprise. That's her first point here in the second half as she knocks down the first free throw. Second one, around the rim, no good. Barlow, the offensive rebound, high off the glass and in.
Right over the top.
Enterprise, after only scoring 4 points in the third quarter, has 11 here in the fourth, but still down 14. And now a foul will be called on Anna Balahadia. That'll be her fourth team foul.
Free throws from here on, isn't it?
Yep, both teams.
They're not.
Just the fourth team foul.
Oh, excuse me, I'm looking at the wrong side.
So
yeah,
after
okay.
this, it will
all
be.
right.
Chesney Farnsworth, or Chloe Cowan, excuse me, brings it to the floor for the Eagles. Has it knocked away from behind by Humphreys, and Humphreys comes up with a steal. Up the floor comes Balahadia. Left corner pass goes to Eliza Balahadia, drives baseline, 8-foot floater off the rim, no good. And the rebound goes to Chesney Farnsworth. Down the left side of the floor, up ahead to Cowan, right side layup is good.
Well done. When they run that break, they have a really good sense of when to make that pass to the person streaking down the offside.
Bentley Rogers tries to slice through the defense, throws up a shot, air ball, rebound by Jaylee Farnsworth. Baseball pass up ahead to Chesney Farnsworth, misses the layup. Rebound by Kira Grant, kicks it out to Therese. Right side Chesney Farnsworth, 15-footer on the way. That one's good, nothing but net. She was too close from the first one.
yeah. Don't give me a layup, give me a 10-footer. That's right.
She has 21 now. Short corner Humphreys goes to the high post to Barlow, back to the corner to Humphreys, three-pointer on the way, air ball hard, rebound knocked out of bounds by Enterprise. Duchesne ball with 1:05 to go and an 18-point lead, and Coach Grant's clearing the bench.
And Humphreys that time again, just the frustration for her. She gets the ball on the low block. There are 4 defenders come to her immediately and force her to kick that ball back out. 4.
Let's make sure we can get everybody that's on the floor for you now for Duchesne. As they bring in Katie Ivy. And let's see, bringing up the floor right now for the Eagles. They get it up ahead on the right side to Jade Robinson. Tries to go to the high post, ball gets knocked away by Humphreys, but goes left side to Brecklin Skews. And they lob it back out, right side high with it. Pump fake on the shot by Ivy. Drives the lane, nothing there, taken away by Drew Palmer. Up the floor they come to Eliza Balahadia, crosses over. Gonna drive into the right hand, puts up the 6-foot runner, around the rim, no good, but free throws coming for Eliza Balahadia.
They fouled so you'd have time to get all the names solidified in your mind.
That's right, Shaylee Ivy on the floor along with Jade Robinson, Harley Handberg, and Brecklin Skews, and also Katie Ivy. First free throw from Balahadia. 40 seconds left in the game, misses off the left. Second free throw on the way for Eliza. That one is good. She has 10 points to lead Enterprise. 49-32. Duchesne trying to find some space, working against a pressure defense of Enterprise, and losing it out of bounds is Ivy, so it'll be Enterprise basketball. On the baseline, 34 seconds left, shot clock turned off. Humphreys inbound, into the corner to Eliza Balahadia. Bounces the short corner to Humphreys, looking for Barlow inside, can't get it to her. Gets cut off on the drive, comes out to Palmer, pass up top for Eliza Balahadia, into the backcourt it goes. And Eliza Balahadia will run it down for the over and back violation as she was being pressured down the floor by Harley Handberg.
Appreciate the effort by Hamburg, but really it was a mistake because the ball was going to be Duchesne's one way or the other. She about got caught for touching the ball on the end line. Balahalia just a little bit quicker to it, but let that one go maybe.
Pump fake on the shot, driving right side, off the glass, no good. Rebound put back, no good. As Ivy missed, then Robinson missed. Now Robinson draws the foul.
The whole team excited for the young gal get a chance to score. They wanted that to happen. Just not to be this time.
Robinson, a freshman for Duchesne. First free throw, short. AC Jones going to check in for the Wolves. And for the final 18 seconds, also coming into the game for Enterprise will be Sally Johnson and Taya Jones.
For the seniors?
Well, sophomores and juniors, Eliza Balahadia left, along with Barlow, 2 sophomores, and the junior Humphreys. So the seniors still out there with Palmer and Anna Balahadia.
So
now foul will be called.
Barlow's just a sophomore. Then Enterprise is in good shape for the future then.
Yep, just the 2 seniors, Palmer and Anna Balahadia.
Wow.
And Anna Balahadia will go to the line to shoot 2. With 17 seconds left.
She's still battling hard too, isn't she?
Off the rim, no good on the first one. Second free throw is good for Balahadia. She makes 1 of 2. She has 4 points. Off the floor now comes the Eagles. They come out right side high. Left side high now to Skews. Into the corner to Ivy. Back out to Skews. 5 seconds to go in the game. 50-33 is your score. And they're going to try to throw it up with the horn. That's no good. So at the end of the game, Duchesne moves on for the 5th and 6th place Consolation Championship game tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock with a 50-33 win over the Enterprise Wolves as Enterprise has their season come to an end here in Cedar City. We'll take a break, come back with the Sunrise Engineering postgame show next on the Team Live powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.
Zions Bank proudly supports our local communities and schools. We've been providing families and businesses with banking tools and stellar service for nearly 150 years. For helping you achieve your financial goals, Zions Bank is for you.
The living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard, break time at the office, or while on the go. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Call or visit Centricom.com to learn more.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Hi, I'm Dustin Shakespeare, the Central Region Pathways Coordinator. Do you know what pathways are offered at your high school that connect with Snow College? Students enrolled in career technical education courses can develop valuable real-world technical skills and a strong academic foundation. Over 630 students completed CTE pathways last year in the Central Utah region. Our 35 pathways empower students to explore career options, pursue what they are passionate about, and earn valuable industry certifications. To learn more about these career pathways, talk to your CTE teachers and school counselors today.
Bark is an app that helps families manage every aspect of their children's digital lives. Worried about your 12-year-old stumbling upon something harmful or inappropriate? With Bark, you can block sites and apps. Bark runs in the background, scanning your child's digital activities, and sends you an alert if it detects something you need to know about. While there are lots of options out there, Bark's approach to online safety is one of a kind. You've got this, and Bark's got your back.
Get Bark protection today from Centricom on unlimited family devices. Visit Centricom.com to learn more.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back here to the America First Event Center on the campus of Southern Utah University. Robert Lovell with you alongside Dennis Aldridge inside the Sunrise Engineering post-game show serving communities like yours all over the western United States. That's Sunrise Engineering. Duchesne moves on to the 5th and 6th place game with a 50-33 win over the Enterprise Wolves. And Enterprise has their season come to an end. Dennis, your takeaway from this game here this morning?
Well, again, it's basically what we said. Duchesne is the one that got going, partway into the first quarter, certainly in the second half. Duchesne was the more aggressive team offensively and defensively, did a much better job. And, part of that's youth for Enterprise, frustration. They did a better job inside on the big Barlow girl. And, kind of took her out of the game, which really nullified a lot of what Enterprise wants to do. And really had her frustrated for most part of the ball game. So Duchesne, a nice job. They got going. They used their speed and athleticism on the open court to get around Barlow underneath. And it just did a great job, I thought, after that slow start in the first quarter. But they got going quickest, and then they kept going the rest of the ball game. So a nice job coaching and playing. Enterprise, you feel bad for them. Nice season. But, they'll be back and strong. That's a good tradition, good program there in Enterprise. They'll be back strong.
50-33 your final. Let's look at our final stats in this one. First off for Duchesne, two girls dominated this one. Chesney Farnsworth, 21 points. Kira Grant, 20 points of their 50. And 5 points for Chloe Cowan, 2 points for Lily Moon, and 1 point apiece for Jaylee Farnsworth and Jade Robinson for the Eagles. And they had 19 turnovers in the game today. Did Duchesne, so a little higher than you're going to want to be. And then in the second half, they were 3 for 5 from the free throw line, finishing the game at 5 for 13 from the charity stripe. Their largest lead was 18 points. They end up winning by 17 here today.
Yeah. And think what would happen if the turnovers had been less and the free throws had been more.
So looking at the stats for Enterprise, they're led today by Eliza Balahadia. Pretty balanced for the Wolves. 10 points for Balahadia, 8 for Kyla Humphreys, 5 from J.C. Barlow, and 4 apiece for Bentley Rogers and Anna Balahadia. As a team, they go 12 for 26 from the free throw line in the game, and they had 24 turnovers today, did the Wolves. There were 4 lead changes, 3 ties. Enterprise led by as many as 2, but never more than that.
Yeah.
So that's going to do it for our coverage here. This game will hop off the air momentarily and be right back shortly with the South Sevier Intermountain Christian game. That's coming up next here from the America First Event Center on both the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom along with KSL Sports. So stay tuned for that. And again, your final on this one, Duchesne 50, Enterprise 33. Thanks for listening and watching here from the America First Event Center on the TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.
You've been listening to exciting high school basketball action on South Central Utah sports leaders, Mid-Utah Radio and Centricom Channel 10. This sports broadcast has been brought to you by sports-minded sponsors throughout South Central Utah. Join us next time for more exciting high school basketball action on Centricom Channel 10 and Mid-Utah Radio.